I think I don't know about everybody else. I don't know about the two of you, but for me, the story of the season is his remarkable return to football, Christian Eriksen. I remember watching the Euros and what happened in Denmark, and to see where he is now. And let's not forget, he scored 2 goals during the international break as well, including at the Parken Stadium, where he had that unfortunate, tragic incident. And of course, now he's bounced back. It's amazing to see. But Jay, talk to me about the impact that he's had on the side, how it's not just about him creating assists and goals, it's also how he creates space for Brentford's other players there.
Do you know what? Before I kind of get onto his impact on the pitch, I'll talk a little bit about the kind of impact he's had on Brentford as a club, because he's probably the biggest signing in their history, or definitely the player with the highest, biggest profile who's ever played for the club. But, you know, I've got my sources inside the club that have told me that they've seen Eriksen have breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever it is, with a different member of the squad every single day. He has obviously got his Denmark international teammates at Brentford, and he could easily have just gone over, settled in, and just chatted to them every day. But people have told me he's made a real conscious effort to go and chat to all of the other members of the team, whether it's Ivan Toney, who he's supplying those assists for, or whether it's some of the B team coming through, some of the players on the fringes of the squad. And that kind of impact cannot be kind of understated in how that kind of unifies a team together. Someone who's, you know, been in Champions League finals, won the Serie A title with Inter, kind of passing on those tips and little bits of knowledge. That's fantastic. In terms of what he does on the pitch, I mean, it's just simply phenomenal. Football's played at such a quick pace these days. It's so hard to slow it down. And that's exactly what Eriksen does. I remember watching, especially in the first half on Saturday, Brian Mbeumo kept making these darting runs behind Chelsea's defence, and he wanted Eriksen to play the ball to him every time. But Eriksen was patient. He waited, and then when he knew the pass was on, he'd make that pass. He'd spot the gap. And again, that kind of intelligence and awareness, not to rush things, again, can't be underestimated how important that is to a team. He just knits together everything so beautifully, I think.
Yeah. Also, a little follow-up to a piece you've also written. It's about his future. Now, Thomas Frank did speak about it post-match. What do you think is going to happen with Christian Eriksen? Because with all due respect to the Brentford players, I mean, he is an elite level signing, and like you said, probably their biggest signing in their history, given his profile. So, what do you think is gonna pan out come the end of his contract?
Of course, there are kind of different things to take into account, and I completely get why, you know, there are links that are kind of being made to Tottenham and Manchester United. But I think first of all, as Thomas Frank said after the game on Saturday, Christian Eriksen just wants to live in the moment at the moment. I don't think anybody expected him to start performing for Brentford so quickly, to get back into the Denmark team that quickly. He's not worried about what's going to happen at the end of the season. That will all kind of take care of itself when the time comes. But then from a Brentford perspective, internally, I think they're hoping that Eriksen will feel a sense of loyalty to the club, because they were the ones who kind of initiated his comeback. You also have to factor into account Eriksen's been very vocal about the fact that his priorities in life have changed. He's not going to, you know, make a decision on his future without a massive input from his family. And a key reason he joined Brentford is because they're in London. He'd lived in London for years when he was at Tottenham, and that's a key thing. I mentioned it a minute ago. He plays with Christian Norgard, Matthias Jensen, who are his Denmark international teammates. Thomas Frank worked with him over 10 years ago when Frank was in charge of Denmark's under-17s. Brentford is just a very settled and comfortable environment for him. He's become the main man very quickly. Yes, he could, without a doubt, have the talent to go on and play for a team competing at the top of the table, or go back to a Champions League team. But will it be worth that sacrifice? I guess we'll have to wait and find out.
Yeah, might also tie into the future of Antonio Conte at Spurs if he stays, because although they had a slightly fractious relationship at times, where Eriksen was ostracized from the squad whilst at Inter, by the end, he became an integral member of that side, which did end up living the Scudetto. So I guess we'll wait and see.